comment below. Subscribe if you got the time there. Appreciate that love. Let's get into it, right? Lot going on tonight. Lot going on, period, in the sport of boxing, especially over the next couple of weeks. If you read the title, we got the likes of Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, about to get it on, right? September 13, 2025. He is not Canelo. He is not Canelo Alvarez. Yes, we're talking about the likes of Terence, but Crawford is not Canelo Alvarez. What does that mean? What does that spell for his chances in the sport of boxing? As we get ready to rock into that, let's take a quick break real quick and we'll get set up. As you can tell, we outside rocking tonight, man. It's good night. It's feels good outside. I can tell you enough. I like sitting outside, and we're gonna rock outside tonight. Impromptu, little live chat, man, while we just out here chilling, talking what we like to talk about best, and that is the sport of boxing. So let us get my drink set, and then see if I can work on a few things tonight, and how we work off the phone, and see how we can get like little music going and stuff like that. But either way, right before we get started, let's think about that. What is Terence Crawford's real chances? Real chances against a guy like Canelo Alvarez, or should I say Saul Canelo Alvarez? What is Mr. Terence Crawford's real chances here? If he is not Canelo Alvarez, what do we mean by that, right? We're going to break that down here in a second, but give us a short second to get some things going. It doesn't work. All right. So you go to park on. All right, never mind. Cancel what I was going to do. Sometimes I'll let you play a little music, sometimes it doesn't. But let me know for next time we'll get the music train going. But let's get into it, right? We ain't gonna be on long. We're gonna be short tonight. Again, it's impromptu where we're rocking out this evening, sitting out, just admiring this beautiful evening at that. Man, the weather is beautiful. It's been hot these last few days, these last few weeks, and hot also in the sport of boxing. There's a lot of things going on. If many of you haven't heard, we got the likes of Jaron Boots Ennis in camp with Canelo Alvarez. Yes, if you haven't heard, Jaron Boots Ennis is in camp with Canelo Alvarez. I'm saying it one more time. I'll get my Dr. Umar on. Jaron Boots Ennis is in camp with Canelo Alvarez. They just released that today. Jaron Boots Ennis. I'm saying it one more time. Jaron Boots Ennis is in camp with Canelo Alvarez. To me, that lets me know that Canelo Alvarez is actually taking the likes of Terence Crawford seriously, y'all. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing for him, because I was worried a little bit that he was going to play it off, that he's the bigger man, he's a bigger fighter, 268-pounder, that he was just going to lay back a little bit, lay back too much and take it too sweet, that he was going to just beat this man moving up from 147-pound division, jump into 168 for his first fight, and just walk him down and knock him out. Him getting a guy like Jaron Boots Ennis, especially, Jaron and Terence Crawford don't see eye to eye. So getting a guy like him, but more importantly, getting a guy that can switch like Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford switches better and has a better skill set. Definitely a more proven skill set. But having a guy like that in your corner, in your sparring, lets me know that Canelo Alvarez is business. Canelo Alvarez is coming in here to leave no stone unturned. And to me, as we've been walking through this thing, we're going back and forth on how this fight's going to go. I still think it's going to be a close fight. I think we're going to see a beautiful fight September 13, 2025. I think we're going to see two future Hall of Famers put it all on the line, and that's why we're going to be so tight on this fight. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a thing that we haven't seen before. But I bring all that to say that calling this fight is going to be tough. Calling this fight is going to be difficult. I think the easy prediction is everybody's picking the bigger guy. Quote-unquote bigger guy, by the way. We'll break that down in a minute. Everybody's picking the guy that's been at 168 pounds, and that's the smart bet. That's the logical bet, right? The guy that's moving, not moving up. The guy that's sitting in that division, the guy that hasn't go nowhere. He's been fighting that division for a little while. That's the safe bet, right? That's the easy bet. And history proves it right as well. Even the best fighters that you can think of that have moved up. Think about Rigondeaux and Lomachenko. When Rigondeaux jumped up those weight classes to take on Lomachenko, and they got midway through the fight, Rigondeaux bowed out, right? Uh, he bowed out because when you get hit by that bigger man, that stronger puncher, things get real quick at that, especially when you start to figure out that fighter, that bigger fighter, is just as good as you, or if not better than you thought. So, but in this particular fight, obviously, yes, you have the likes of Canelo Alvarez who's sitting there in the middle, 168-pound division. His attributes aren't that of a 168-pounder. His attributes, he's a little short. He reports at 5'8", right? Many say he's 5'7 and a half. I'm going to leave him at 5'8". I might even give him 5'8 and a half. Let's leave him at 5'8". His attributes are there, but he's dense, right? He's thick. He's strong. He takes these blows at the 168-pound division. He is a monster at that division, right? He's got high ring IQ. We'll get into that in a minute as well. High ring IQ, high footwork, right? Not fast on his footwork, but he's got decent footwork. He knows how to counter. But let's get into it, right? His attributes. We just read them off. 5'8". In this fight, he's actually going to have an inch disadvantage on height and about an inch and a half disadvantage on reach. So that does go in favor of Terence Crawford. So the bigger man concept, which usually goes into play, right? To be the bigger man in the fight, you have to have all three to be that advantage. In this case, Canelo doesn't have it. That is what making this fight a little bit more interesting than your normal little guy moving up to weight class. Canelo Alvarez is even letting you know that he sees that. He sees that Terence Crawford has reach and height advantage, that inch advantage. An inch goes a long way in boxing. To the casual fan, that does not mean much to you, like an inch is small, right? But an inch in boxing means a whole lot. So Canelo Alvarez bringing in the likes of Ron Boots Ennis into this fight lets me know that he means business. He is leaving no stone unturned. He is trying to make this thing go even further. Why do we bring this up? Because we're going back and forth of who can really win this fight. These two got high skill sets. These two match up very perfectly. We are seeing two legends in the making, scrapping it up September 13, 2025, that they're about to bring something beautiful, and it's going to be hard to call. Now that I'm hearing that Canelo Alvarez has got Jerron Boots Ennis in here, now he's got Jerron Boots Ennis, that lets me know Canelo Alvarez's mindset. I was a little bit worried. I thought he was going to sleep on me. Hey, how's it going, Decta? How's it going, Fred? I hope I'm saying it right. Freddie, Dedamika, motivational speaking, most definitely. I was a little bit worried that Canelo was going to sleep on this fight, and I'm itching Terence Crawford chances to win this fight a little bit more, because I think Terence is leaving no stone unturned himself. Is going to take advantage of Canelo sleeping around on him. But now hearing that he's got Jerron Boots Ennis, I'm saying it again, I'm getting my Dr. Umar on. Now that we got Jerron Boots Ennis in the camp, with Canelo Alvarez, it lets me know that Canelo Alvarez is taking this fight serious. It lets me know that Canelo Alvarez means business. I think we're about to see the best Canelo Alvarez that we have ever seen. Period. I think we're about to see the best Canelo Alvarez that we've ever seen. Now, with that said, Terence Crawford is no stone unturned either. You said, wait, bro, what's going on? Let me know. But both of these men are leaving no stone unturned. This is going to be a high IQ fight. This is going to be a war, guys and ladies, and whoever's out there. I think we're about to see. I'm really glad to hear that Canelo has a high sparring state. It's not just Boots Ennis, by the way. He's got some others in his camp. We'll break those down tomorrow. But he's. I think Canelo real recognized real. And I like the fact that he's bringing in who he needs to be prepared for this fight. Both fighters, by the way, even Terence. That leads me to this. Canelo Alvarez in one of his interviews said, as he was thinking about Terence Crawford, he was asked, I should say, about Terence Crawford's, abilities to go against him. And before I get in that, hit that like button, it's free. Comment below and subscribe if you got the time. We appreciate that love. He was asked about what he thought about Terence Crawford's chances to win this fight. And also, let me know how the audio sound. We sitting outside, so I don't know how it's sounding. Again, it's impromptu. We're just rocking out tonight. Terence Crawford's chances to win this fight? He was asking. And his simple words said he is not Canelo Alvarez. As you read the title and you clicked in real quick and you saw what we said, he is not Canelo Alvarez. What is Terence Crawford's real chance to win this fight? That was actually the question asked to Canelo Alvarez from the interview. And he said, I believe it was fight at the time, and said, Canelo's response was, he is not Canelo Alvarez. And I respect it. I respect what he was saying because Canelo believes in himself. Canelo believes that he is the highest of high right now. He believes that he is the pinnacle of boxing. He's definitely the face of boxing. He is the quote-unquote payday. But he believes in himself. He's the highest of the high in the division, especially for 168-pound division, beyond disputed. But we bring that back a little bit, and I understand what Canelo Alvarez was saying, that he hasn't fought a man like Canelo. He hasn't been on that level yet. But at the same time, you got to ask the question back to Canelo, have you fought a fighter like Crawford? Now, I use the word like. I think Canelo has fought on the level, obviously, of Terence Crawford. He's fought the likes of Floyd Mayweather. He's fought Lara. He's fought Bivol. He's fought Triple G. These are some of the top guys that you can name throughout multiple weight divisions. But fighting a guy like Terence Crawford who can switch his and switch his stance and pump that jab and change his angles, no, he has not fought a guy like that. But that's okay. Because now that he's got a guy like Jerome Buchanan in his sparring, now sparring is sparring, and it leaves nothing into the real fight, but he's getting adjusted. That lets me know that Canelo acknowledges he hasn't fought a guy like Terence Crawford yet. It lets me know that he's a thinking man, a smart man. Shout out to Canelo Alvarez with the high ring IQ there. He hasn't fought a guy like that yet. He's getting adjusted to a guy like that. He is trying to make something happen and get himself in the best position, even though he is the face of boxing, even though he is the man at 168 pounds, even though he is the guy sitting at the throne right now. That lets us know that Canelo Alvarez is smarter than any of us sitting out here trying to set this fight. That's just trying to say this is going to be easy. This is not going to be easy for Canelo Alvarez. His picking a sparring mates lets us know that. That lets us know that he means business. That lets us know that he sees that he's going up against a future Hall of Famer. The fact that he's getting prepared impresses me even further. Because, the silk sheets and pajamas, right? That can take you out of a fight. But the fact that he's getting prepared the right way. He always spars well, but he's picking the right sparring mates. He's getting prepared in the right way. He's trying to get adjusted to a style that he hasn't seen. All right, sorry about that. We had a quick interruption. Where we at? Yeah, Canelo Alvarez is getting prepared, right? He's getting prepared. He's getting where he needs to be, right? Now let's get back into why we asked the question, or the questions asked Canelo Alvarez, and why he responded the way that he responded. Yes, he is not Canelo Alvarez, he's Crawford. But at the same time, Canelo hasn't fought a guy like Crawford. Yes, he is not Terence. Yes, Terence Crawford is not Canelo Alvarez. He's about to prove that he can be on that level. He's trying to prove anyway that he can be on that level of fight. The eye test shows you certain things that's going to happen in this fight. And I know everybody's talking about footwork, and Canelo's foot speed. That is not where the fight's going to rest at. It will be a key to victory for the likes of Terence Crawford if he can master it. If he can master it. But it's going to come down to ring IQ, man. It's going to come to endurance. It's going to come to who has the better mindset and strategy in this fight. Now, I know a lot of people picking Canelo Alvarez based on quote-unquote strength, quote-unquote power. That is not all Canelo has. That is not where he is going to rest at, if y'all get what I'm saying. Now, he's got good pop, he's got good power. Shout out to Canelo Crush. You are right. If Crawford wants to get in there and slug it out and try to go toe-to-toe, he will get in trouble. He will get hurt. Now, I'm hoping Crawford is smart enough and can pull back his pride pull back his natural instinct that when he gets clipped, because he's going to get clipped in this fight. And in fact, I think Crawford's going to get dropped in this fight. When he gets clipped and he gets dropped for the first time in his career here, real time in his career. I know a lot of people thought Green Machine dropped him. I'm not one of those, but anyway, he gets clipped for the good time in his career by a hard hitter. I hope he doesn't turn on that natural instinct to go toe for toe, because he's going to get in deep trouble. And that gets into the real crux of this fight. I think it's going to come down to the mind. It's going to be battles of the mind. It's going to be battles of ring IQ. Canelo Alvarez is smart. Terence Crawford is smart. Both of their corners are smart. Shout out to Eddie Reynoso. Shout out to Bomac. You got two of the best trainers, two of the best corners with two of the best fighters who can think throughout a fight. We're going to see these brothers go into a chess match. It's going to be great. Now let's get into he is not Canelo Alvarez. He's right. Terence Crawford on September 13th is going to have to show us that he can rise to that occasion, and I believe that he can. I believe Terence Crawford can rise to the occasion with the right preparation. I believe Terence Crawford can rise to the occasion, get to that occasion, and put on a good show. That doesn't mean he's going to win. Yes, Canelo Crush. I believe if you want to be this straight to it, this is going to decision. I don't think either. We all know Terence ain't dropping Canelo. He's not stopping Canelo. That's for sure. I believe it goes to decision. I believe it's going to be a very close decision. I will be dropping my official prediction, 3-minute fight, 3-minute fight breakdowns as we get closer to the week of fighting. But if you want to hear right now, I am leaning heavily favored on an actual draw for this fight. Why? Because there are too many ways for both of these fighters to win this fight. There's a lot of money on the line for this kind of fight. Look at the backing on both fighters. Look at the projected plans for both fighters. We all know the business of boxing, how it gets down. There is a lot on the line, but more importantly, both of these fighters can win in multiple ways. Too many ways. And both of them have too much grip, too much backing, too much on the line, too much heart for either one of them, in my opinion, to get stopped. It'll go to the cards and it'll lay where it lays. That's my personal opinion right now. I'll give you a further breakdown when we get into our official 3-minute fight draw, 3-minute fight breakdown. That's closer to the fight. I got to see some weight. I got to see a little bit more tape, more footage to rest on that. If you pick me or you put me in a corner and say who's going to really win this fight, if I can't pick the draw, if it goes to decision, it should be Terence Crawford. If anybody gets stopped, it's Canelo stopping Terence Crawford. I think Canelo wins by stoppage. I think Terence Crawford wins by call. If you had me to pick one, but my priority pick and what I'm probably going to bet, it's going to be the draw. I'm going to bet the draw because there's too much on the line, too much money on the line, the backing that's there, too much grit. Both of these guys can go all the way. That's how I'm calling it. I'm just letting you know my insight right now. So about 2 weeks or so when I drop the official prediction, I'm probably going to line unless something crazy happens or I see something too wrong for me to cancel. But yeah, if you follow me, you follow me. I've been breaking it down. Just think about it. There's too many ways for both of these fighters to win. If you look at the history of the fights back in the past, when you had a fight like this that's that tight, that located, I'll look at your chat, U.S. baby. When you have a fight that's that tight with too many ways to win, too many avenues to approach, too many ways for anybody to win, too many breakdowns, and to this tight, and most people shout out to Dallas. Okay, I've been through Dallas from that way. It's too close. It's too close, man. It's too close to pick. Canelo can definitely win by stoppage, TKO. I mean, he can win on the cards too. But if I had to pick it, I think Canelo can break him down late. It'll be a late stoppage at that. Something nasty, breaking him down to the body. And then for Terence Crawford, I think it could be good footwork, good hand speed, reach. If he can pump it and manage that ring, he can beat Canelo pretty clear on the call. Again, if you look at their backers, if you look at how much money is behind this fight, if you look how much more money could be behind a rematch, Turkey out of Sheep kind of set up on him already, right? He said, what could be the biggest fight next year? He already said it's the rematch between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. What does that mean? It's going to decision. It's going to be a close fight. If it gets nasty and it gets close, they're going to make something happen. That's all I'm saying. And that's no conspiracy theory. You heard it from the actual promoter themselves, what they're trying to do, how they're trying to pump. That man don't lie. Shout out to him because he's bringing boxing back. He's keeping things going, keeping it pumping. And he knows what kind of fight this is. He knows what kind of fight you guys are about to see. This is too close for either fighter to win. No, he could take Canelo. No. Canelo can win by decision himself. I just said his primary is by. If I had to pick one way to win, I think primary is by stoppage. I think he can do that with decent body work. He's a good body puncher. He's got that hook on him. In fact, he's got two good hooks on him. I mean, I've never seen a fighter like that can hook off to the left of the body as well as to the right, like Canelo Alvarez. I think that's how he breaks down the life of Terence Crawford. And then obviously you got Bud. Bud's got that good jab and straight left, overhand left. If he keeps that going, if he stays in that guard, that's going to help out for him. And more importantly, the footwork. Canelo's disadvantage there is he has his foot speed is slow. He's going to have to manage the ring landscape there and try to corner Terence as much as he can. That like button is free. Hit that like button is free. Comment below. Subscribe if you got the time. This forecast Rebel Sign 8 podcast. We rocking out. See we outside tonight, this evening. Beautiful. It's a beautiful night. It feels good. It feels good out here. It feels even better than talking about some boxing while the weather's feeling great. Shout out to y'all for rocking out. Shout out to Canelo, man. I appreciate you rocking out with us and giving us good feedback. Let us know who you guys got, right? Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. How you see this thing going? And more importantly, have you guys heard the like of Ron Buchanan? Does Ron Buchanan being in the sparring with Canelo Alvarez giving us good advantage now? I think it does. I think for me, more importantly, it means that it shows us, the fans at least, that Canelo Alvarez is taking this well beyond serious. Now, he's a professional, multi-million, six-figure, I'm about to say six figures, let me not disrespect, nine-figure type boxer, million, multi-million, nine-figure type millionaire. But he always runs. He always puts in the good work. And that's what I really like about Canelo Alvarez more than anything. I watch all his fights. Same for Crawford, by the way. I watch all their fights. I like boxing, so I watch all top fights. That's what I like about Floyd Money Mayweather. Those top fighters like that always prepare, even though they're making millions upon millions upon millions upon millions, they still show up, dust themselves off, get back into that gym. They give you the glitz and glamour on the outside of that camera. You know how that goes. You got to put the image. But when you ever see them in training camp, Canelo puts a lot of his training camp up until it gets, to the last weeks. And say properly. You can see the work that these guys have. Hard work and dedication. Like hard work and dedication. I think Canelo Alvarez adopted that. Been working on that. Even though he's a multi-millionaire, he leaves no stone unturned. He loves boxing. And I love fighters who clearly show you they love the sport of boxing. They love to fight. They love to get the beer. They do what they have to do to get up to that ring and show you that they are the best in boxing. And that's why this fight's so tough. That's why people are going back and forth. That's why there's a lot of contention on this fight. That's why, you got fans from both sides. You got fanboys on top of fanboys from both sides. You got the normal fans right there, and then you got the just casual fan in the middle, or just independent fans in the middle. Like, I don't know who to go with. And that means it's going to be a damn good fight. You got two high caliber fighters. Even though, yes, Terence Crawford is not Canelo Alvarez, as Canelo was spotted in the end. Terence Crawford is Terence Crawford. And Terence Crawford has a chance to make history September 13, 2025. Now, he's going to have a damn hard time doing it. Damn hard time doing it, especially now that I'm learning Canelo is taking this fight serious. Taking it beyond serious. When you got a guy like Ron Boots Ennis in your camp, high caliber fighter who just moved up to 154 pounds, but we all know Ron Boots Ennis walks around 180, damn near 190. looks similar to Terence Crawford, that means Canelo is getting adjusted and getting ready. He ain't playing no. Same thing for Terence Crawford. He's got some high sparring in his corner. He's been preparing well over a year, just about, getting adjusted to that new. I ain't gonna say new weight because Terence Crawford always walked around about 180, but just getting adjusted to working out at that weight and not having to cut down. He is not Canelo. What is his chances to win this fight? Right? At this point, if you ask me right now, it's 60-40. It's still 60-40. Favor of Canelo Alvarez. And it's 40% because Crawford has good boxing technique, ring IQ, good hand technique, and more important, he's got a fighter's spirit and grit. That's what you need to beat a guy like Canelo Alvarez. You also need to be smart. So that 40% to me is high for him, especially for a guy that's moving up two weight divisions. I'm probably one of the few people that give him that kind of high percent. I started out about 25-30%, but as I watched more of what he was doing, I watched the tactics that he was doing and growing into that weight, taking a year pretty much to get adjusted smartly. I respect it. And then we already know the disadvantages that Canelo has. He's slow, cemented footwork. I think if he can manage that and manage it well and beat him to the punch with hand speed, foot speed, and ring IQ, Terence Crawford can box to clear distance and victory. Again, it's going to be hard because at the same time I say this, I know that Crawford is going to get hit. He's going to get hit hard. He's going to get hit clean because you can't move and engage in offense all night and not get hit. Even Floyd got hit when they fought. And Floyd pitched a damn clear shutout. But Floyd's body was right. Obviously, he sucked Canelo down and weighed a little bit, but he even got hit. And now you're fighting Canelo at his strongest weight, pretty much. I thought he was the best at 160. 168, he's got good pop with power. He's going to get hit. Can Terence withstand the storm? Can Terence understand what's happening to him when it starts to go down? I don't know. That's what makes this fight interesting. And you know what? Get off a tangent real quick. I hope Netflix is ready. Netflix, I better not see no buffering because they're going to set records in this fight. There's going to be a lot of people tuned in. It's free. I mean, well, free with whatever your normal Netflix account is. And most people have Netflix around the world, right? One of the biggest streaming platforms, period. Netflix, you better not mess around. Because people are going to be highly upset and pissed to see a high caliber fight like this available in their normal subscription. And when it gets tight and they keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, and it gets close, it better not be no problem. Anyway, back onto the scene. This kind of fight, man, there's a lot of stones left. We're about, 2.5, 3 weeks out, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're about 3 weeks out. We're going to see really who's disciplined and able to adjust. Discipline to your game plan, able to adjust to what is going on in the ring. That's going to be for both fighters. That's both for Canelo and that's going to be both for Terence Crawford, who is disciplined to the game plan the corners implemented, at the same time able to adjust to what's going on to them into the fight, because neither fighter is going to have their way. There are going to be ups and downs. I think Terence is going to start off taking the first couple of rounds. I think Canelo is going to own the middle of that fight as he establishes dominance. And then when we get to that back half, it's a 50-50 because it's going to come down to that stamina. Canelo usually slows down. And then who knows what damage Terence is going to suffer in the middle of those rounds. He's getting hit with them hooks left and right. That's why I really do have this fight again. If you heard me earlier, I do have it a draw. And I only have it a draw because there's so many ways this fight can go. When I've seen a fight like this, at this close, when there's so many ways for the fight to go, when there's so many just possibilities either fighter can win. I know a lot of people thinking Canelo's going to whitewash Terence and clips him and going to knock him out. I'm not one of them. I think Canelo will drop Terence Crawford. I think he can catch him with a good off shot right there and an off balance shot and drop him like he's done pretty much a lot of people in these past years. But as far as finishing him, I don't think so, because I think Terence will get up and be smart and try to get into his game plan and why he got caught and try to move out and then establish his dominance on points. That said, neither fighter has dominant chances in this fight. Both of them are going to have to stay disciplined. It's going to go round for round. They need each round. They need each round to win this fight. Both fighters. Canelo is the favorite. He should be the favorite. In fact, he better be the favorite, right? He is the dominant force at 168. It would be disrespectful for him not to be the favorite, to be honest. But at the same time, we will be stupid to think that Terence Crawford won't be a close underdog. I'm talking about plus 200 to 300. That to me, that's respectful. But if they put him even higher, I mean, that's on them. That's on boxing. But if you look where the business of boxing, let's get into it, has been, the business of boxing, the promoters have showed you that they're interested in the rematch already and it hasn't happened. So what does that mean? When you hear the main promoter talking about, oh yeah, the rematch will be even bigger. That's the biggest fight now. That lets you know there may be some shady business behind however this fight goes. I'm telling you, watch boxing long enough to let you know when it goes to the cards, because it will. It's going to be closer than people think. Way closer than people think. And it might even be that draw that I'm thinking. Anyways, boys, it's your man, Kaz Real Sign A Podcast. We really appreciate you rocking out with us. Check out our other videos, man. We got keys to victory for both fighters. We've been dropping out how Canelo can win, how Crawford can win, how the fight can look. We got about to drop tomorrow, to be exact, how each fighter can pick the other apart. And more importantly, let's keep growing this thing. Hit that like button, it's free. Hit that like button, it's free, man. We rocking out tonight. I'm going to take a quick second. I got to run out real quick. But drop in the chat what you think's going to go on. Hit that like button, it's free. Hit that like button. All right. We back. Let's stop off for a quick second. Sorry about that. Hit that like button free. Hit that like button free. Comment below. Subscribe if you got the time. I really appreciate that love. It's your boy Canelo Sunday Podcast. We're rocking back out. Again, we're chilling out this afternoon. Or should I say this evening? Again, as many of you heard us say, you got to like the Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. He is not Canelo Alvarez, and we know that, right? Terence Crawford's got a lot of things to show us. He's got to show us that he can get on that level, show that he can manage that pressure, and jump up 2 weight classes, take on the bigger fighter, quote unquote bigger fighter. What do I mean by that? I mean Canelo is the thicker fighter, denser fighter. He's been there in that weight. He adjusted to that weight. He's technically the heavier man. Now, in terms of stature and bigger, no, he is not. Crawford's actually taller, and Crawford actually has the reach of it. That's what makes this fight a little bit more interesting than the man who just jumped 2 weight classes to get up in there, right? He actually has the height and reach advantage, while Canelo has thickness and just more dense advantage, and obviously the power advantage. Normally, when you see a fighter jump up in 2 weight classes, no matter what, they're usually smaller all the way around in reach and weight. That's a little bit different in this fight, and I think Canelo Alvarez is recognizing that himself by the people he's putting in his sparring camp. Again, I can't say it enough. He's got Jerome in his camp. Shout out to him. That means he's taking this guy. He's taking Terence Crawford seriously. He recognizes the level that he is at, and he's trying to get up in there and make sure he leaves no stone unturned, that there is no upset this night, September 13, 2005. Same thing for Terence Crawford. Leave no stone unturned, because even though we know that Canelo Alvarez, everybody knows the blueprint to beat Canelo. By the way, I don't know why we're actually surprised. You just got to box smart and be a boxer puncher to beat Canelo Alvarez. Good footwork, hand speed, and stay out the way, or at least have endurance. One or the other. You either got to stay out of the way. I would prefer you to have some good endurance, meaning to be able to take a good shot. Shout out to Bivol. He proved that. Bivol took some good blows in that fight, but at the same time, he was a stronger boxer, and he had a good, stronger boxer puncher ring IQ. When I say that, you can't just box Canelo. You have to have volume, precision punching. If you don't have both of those, you will lose immediately. Because Canelo's going to get his off, he's going to land a cleaner, effective shot. So to beat him, you got to land in volume with clean precision. You're not going to hurt Canelo, you're not going to knock him out, you're not going to knock him down to get that out of your mind. But you can beat him with high volume and precision, and that is the definition of a boxer puncher. That's why I'm saying Terence Crawford's got to be a boxer puncher for this fight. Now, as far as staying out the way in defense, he can do that, but I prefer him to have some endurance. I prefer him to be able to take a shot. I prefer him to be able to roll with the shot, take that steam off, if he thinks he's going to have a chance to really win this fight. That's the only way you can do this thing. He's going to get hit. He's going to get hit, and I hope he's ready. As far as Canelo, the only thing Canelo has to do is this. Beat Canelo. Beat Canelo, but at the same time, Canelo, please move. Move. Increase your foot. Try to cut off. Change nothing else but that. If Canelo surprisingly is a little bit faster in this fight and able to get out of that cemented style, I know why he does that. I know why he places his foot a certain way. That's to give him the most leverage on his shot. But if Canelo Alvarez, for the first half of that fight, can not think about power, not think about trying to knock out Crawford, rather than get to him, clip him, and break him down, in a percent to increase his speed, that will throw off Terence Crawford for sure. Throw off many of them. And give him the edge in this fight. And then lead him to a stoppage later in that fight as Crawford has slowed down, because now you touched him up enough. Maybe slow down a little bit, or try to overthink your new strategy, and then you can place your footwork up. You only do to get back to that Canelo style. Again, Canelo is the master at the hooks. But with those hooks, you gotta manage that ring, man. Manage that ring. Anyways, as far as chances to win for Terence Crawford. Terence, in my eyes right now, sits at about 40% chance. He's got to be perfect. Okay, a boxer, a chance. He's got to box and punch. Get active. Be active. Stay active in this fight if he thinks he's going to win this match. Get active. Be active. Stay active and box. And then the last thing is have endurance. We're going to see if he really does. Not really something that you can train for that much. You're kind of born with it. Shout out to Amir Khan. Was not born with endurance. Born with hell of hand speed, born with ring IQ, born with a box. He was out boxing Canelo. Had zero endurance at clip 10,000. Triple G, hell of endurance. Good pop, good power. Gave Canelo a hell of a fight, hell of a scrap. But what he didn't have was, to me, lack of defense in boxing ring IQ. He just sat there and tried to slug it out. Not going to work. You have to box and punch. Box and punch and have it. It is simply just that. Both men can win fights. There's too many ways to win. That's why I still have the draw in the business of boxing. To me, I've been talking about this fight, going back behind the fight. When I say business boxing, I'm talking about the promoters themselves. Too much money on it. I think we're going to see a draw. I think we're going to see a rematch next year. Cinco de Mayo. That's my personal opinion, but when we get closer, we do a 3-minute fight, do a 3-minute fight, break down, we get to that way. Before we get up out of here, hit that like button, comment below, subscribe. That like is free. Subscribe, see all the other videos. See how we're calling this thing. We can get these different with both fighters back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We can see how they can win, and we'll give our official real prediction as we get closer. We appreciate you rocking out with us tonight, Impromptu Style. It's your boy Casual Sunday Podcast. Hit that like button, free comment below, and subscribe to the next